What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much, guys, we're on day 3 of rebuilding the all-wheel drive EK sedan. So as you guys seen on previous videos, we ended up having an issue at the dyno. Came up with the game plan to pretty much get a new engine, which we already sourced. And on the last video you guys seen, pretty much we ended up pulling out the whole swap out of the car. Aside from pulling it out, I ended up detailing the engine bay a little bit, just try to bring it back to life because of the overspray that was done from the previous painter, and so on and so forth. I just wanted to bring it back up to life. You guys also seen that we did find the issue to the K20Z3, which is a thrust washer. The thrust washer ended up coming out from its location where it locks in onto the side of on the wall of the block, and it is riding on the crank. So when you do apply pressure to the clutch, that is what's giving the pressure to the crank to want to turn off. So we're gonna go ahead and get that situated later on at a later date, but right now you guys also seen that we ended up pretty much assembling the K24 with the trans and everything with the help of Dyno, getting all this assembled so that way we can get it into the car today. The goal for me is actually to get this car, get this engine back into the car today, fully assemble everything, intake manifold, turbo manifold, everything buttoned up, and hopefully get a full first start on this car, because again, I don't want to try to drag it along. I really want to try to make as much progress as possible so that way we can have time to button up everything else that we need to do, because we do have to modify the charge pipes and the rear downpipe for the exhaust setup.
Rotella for the win.
Let's do that again. Alrighty guys, so as I stated in the beginning, pretty much I told you guys we were just gonna get busy, and it was a struggle for the first hour of getting the engine inside of the car. We've always had the same issue from the last time, but the engine is inside now, and now hopefully everything is fully plumbed up. Everything has been tightened. We've gone through things. We've tightened all the nuts and bolts, hoses, everything else. It already has oil in the transmission. We put oil in the engine. So pretty much the only thing we need to do is put coolant on. But right now, what I really want to try to do, first and foremost, is get a first start of the new K24 that's going in, or that's in the car now. So yeah, let's go ahead. Hopefully you guys are excited. Let's go ahead and get this little all-wheel drive EK on the road soon. So been working, cutting, and doing the modifications. So pretty much I've been doing the whole charge pipes, and we did figure out the whole solution to all this. So the best way of doing it was we had to cut it so we can know where to angle, where we need to add at. So we ended up chopping off the weld down here, so I thought we can get that aligned. Right now it's just held up with the rag down there, so it still can go lower where it's going to go down, and then this will meet up here. So all it is a straight 3 inches,
about,
give or take, and with a little bit of angle here. This one right here, we did find a piece that we had cut on for the CV7, and thank God it came in use, so we saved it.
Yeah, it's like 1 1/4. This actually lines up perfectly, and we cut it at the straightest point, so that way we don't have to put any like degree into it. But if you butt it up perfectly,
and you can see it lines up perfectly, like butter right there.
I mean, in the bottom a little credit card, but there is a little give with the V-band. So if we just butted this thing up and welded it, that'll be a perfect extension. And we aren't touching down here anymore.
Yeah, because we were touching the transmission down there, and we were touching the mount actually to where it was just really binding, and it wasn't even mounting onto the intercooler. So that is the difference between the K20 and the K24. You have to add about maybe 1 1/4 inches and then 3 inches over here, depending on how you route it, because you cannot use the same one. The same thing goes for the downpipe back there. It has to be modified in order for it to fit, because the head is about 1 inch and 1 1/4 inches, a little bit taller than the K20.
This is like specifically to the V-band, because he is V-band clamp on all of the charge pipe. If you're a coupler, you might have a little play in the boot to, like, you know, compensate the amount that you need if you're going from the 20 to a 24. But if you go 24 to a 20, you can just suck the pipe into the boot more and just compensate it that way. But for the V-band guys, it's gonna shift a lot. So
there you guys go. We're making progress little by little, and we'll get it going in a little bit. We should have it welded tonight. I'm not sure about the downpipe, just because it is getting late at night, and we want to concentrate on getting this at least done, because that has to be taken off and cut again, and it's getting late at night again, as I stated. So I don't want to make that much noise. So we'll continue getting it. Alrighty guys, so it is the next morning. Unfortunately, yesterday we did suffer some mishaps. As you guys seen in the last clip, I was welding and I ended up welding on the first charge pipe up here. We extended it and then we ended up welding this section back in because that's all we needed to do was extend it from here about 1.5 inches. Everything did line up, but unfortunately at the end, once it was welded, we noticed that there was a mistake made, and that mistake was that this 90-degree bend was actually clocked around this way, putting the blow-off valve up here. So that would not work, especially with the hood. It would hit. So it was around almost 12 o'clock at night, and unfortunately I ended up opting to go in my room, shower, and go to bed. The main reason being was because my wife does get up early and I didn't want to continue making noise, especially going into the shower at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I was dirty. So plain and simple. So at the end, I was going to go ahead and continue this today and fix it today, but Dana opted to go ahead and stay in the garage and finish it off, and he ended up finishing off both charge pipes front and back, and now everything lines up perfectly. Everything is fully hard mounted, everything bolts in like nothing, like it should be. So the only thing I need to do is add the blow-off valve here, and we are pretty much golden, and add also the IAT sensor. Just plug that in, and that way we're pretty much ready to go. Aside from that, the only thing else that needs to get done, which will get done today, that way we can finish it off, is actually extend the exhaust down here about 1 inch. So I do got to cut that V-band off and extend it, weld it on, and we should be golden from that point on. But yeah, I'm stoked. The car is finally coming along. I'm really stoked that the car did fire up, and as you guys heard, it sounded amazing. Sorry I didn't get to do the whole show you guys, you know, my true expression, but I'm really stoked. I'm happy now we can get this car on the dyno here in just a few days, because my dyno is scheduled for the 4th, and right now we are on Friday, 2 days before the dyno. So yeah, let's just go ahead and continue with the progress after we eat some breakfast, after Dana showers. I know he wants to come out and record some of this stuff, so I'm not going to start until he's ready. So hopefully you guys are all enjoying the video, and if you guys are, please like, subscribe, and again guys, thank you guys to everybody that has subscribed and has watched the videos and supported me in every single possible way. I truly do appreciate it. Alrighty guys, so pretty much downpipe, all the charge pipes, everything has been refabricated, extended to compensate for the K24 head, or the K24 block now. And everything is fully mounted, and everything seems to be Gucci. So everything, as you can see, this is where we extended it at, so that it goes down to there. It's about 1.25 inches. So everything mounted and everything sounded fine. There's no exhaust leaks except for at the back. I still need to tighten up the 4-bolt flange that's back there, but aside from that, it sounds really healthy and it sounds really good. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to move on to bleeding out the clutch and installing the clutch stop, so that way that can be finalized, so the same thing won't happen that happened on the last motor. So little by little progress is being made. We're keeping at it, and the car will be ready tonight, and hopefully I can take it down the street tomorrow morning or even tonight, just to get a little glimpse of it. No. Today I guess. So yeah, little by little progress is being made, and yeah, I'm stoked to finally be able to get back onto the dyno here in just a few days. So let's just continue. Man, oh man, she is out and driving now. Dana's gonna take it around the block real quick just to make sure all the gears are going in. We adjusted the stop pedal and everything, clutch pedal, and it's adjusted to where by the pressure of the thumb, you go, keep pushing, adjust a little bit more, keep pushing until you feel it and it engages, and that's where you know it's set. We went down a little bit more, just a tad bit, so that we have a little bit of freedom play to it, and it absolutely drives amazing. reason why I say it drives amazing, guys, is because I actually took it around the block already before Dana just to make sure everything was good, because we did have a little bit of issues towards the adjusting the whole clutch pedal stop. At first it was not engaging gear and we didn't know what was wrong with it, but again, we took off the transmission, we took everything, put everything back on the clutch, and we had to adjust everything. So now that we adjusted it, it honestly drives amazing, no issues at all whatsoever. And now it's getting boost and everything else, and I really just can't wait to finally dyno this car here just in literally 2 days. Dyno is here on Monday, on August 4th. By the time you guys will see this, the car will be already dynoed and you guys will be able to see everything that's coming on. Again, I apologize for all the videos that were before all this. It's just working on everything, trying to make everything timely to work out so that way we don't fall behind on videos. But car is up and driving now, it's on all 4 wheels, and we shouldn't have any more issues from this point on. I'm really excited to get this car finally back on the dyno and see what numbers it will produce being on the K24 with the small 67 millimeter turbo. It's a small turbo for what it is, and I think it's going to do good numbers. But yeah, how does it feel?
Way better with the shifter for sure.
Changing it out now, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have that crazy notch anymore, like it goes in the gear,
yeah,
like it should. And then yeah, it shifts good. The car sounds good. It runs good. I know it's like it's a little lean, so it was a little struggle to try to like accelerate a little bit.
Yeah.
But granted, you know, 20 to a 24, it's gonna change. But other than that, I mean, it's idling, the fan's working. I can hear it. It's small for the wind, and you know, just gotta do it once over. This thing's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, so as we still got to do, or I'm gonna end up doing, is pretty much bleeding the coolant on the car still, because I didn't have the coolant bleeder or all that stuff, you know, the funnel. I didn't have all that. We just filled it up, let it bleed a little bit with idling, and put it to the highest level, jacking up the car. But everything is fully finalized on the car now. So again, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. You know, it's like a 2-day process, and give or take, because of just taking a little bit more extra precaution, because we were actually checking all the titanium bolts and everything else and making sure that we weren't going to strip any of them, because they are expensive. Alrighty guys, so the car is back in now, and honestly felt good for the first drive, the new K24, and really can't wait to just get it on the dyno, man. Hopefully things will go smooth, and I know things actually are going to go smooth because Dana helped me. So you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm extremely glad and I'm extremely pleaseful for Dana showing up and helping me out with this car and getting it finally running right, and making sure we made the right adjustments to everything. But pretty much guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I know it was a long one, but we tried to make progress on it, and as you guys seen, 2 days, really 2 days of just grinding on it and getting things done. We've managed to swap it out, the old K20, and get the new K24 in and fully running up and driving, I guess you can say. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, and on the next video guys, you should be hitting the dyno, so stay tuned.